Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, who is this?
This is Mark Tutzloff with WMW Management.
Okay, we haven't started the meeting yet, so wait, mute your mic and wait until we call your case.
Thank you.
That's fine. Hello?
Please keep your device. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Participants online, please keep your mics muted until your docket number is called. Once your docket is called, you will hear a brief overview of your property and you will be sworn in. So you would need to introduce yourself and your relationships to the property. Mr. Chairman, we can start with the preamble.
In compliance with notification requirements of Ohio's open meeting law and section 101.021 of the codified ordinances of Cleveland, Ohio, 1796, notice of this meeting has been publicly posted. All boards and commissions under the purview of the City Planning Department conduct their meetings according to Robert's Rules of Order. Actions during the meeting will be taken by voice vote. Abstentions from any vote due to a conflict of interest should be stated for the record before taking any vote. In order to ensure that everyone participating in the meeting has the opportunity to be heard, we ask that you use the raise hand feature before asking a question or making a comment. The raise hand feature can be found in the participants panel on the desktop and mobile versions and activated by clicking the hand icon. Please wait for the chair or facilitator to recognize you and be sure to select unmute and announce yourself before you speak. When finished speaking, please lower your hand by clicking on the raise hand icon again and mute your microphone. We will also use the chat feature to communicate with participants. The chat feature can be activated by clicking the chat button located at the bottom of the WebEx screen. All meeting activity is being recorded by way of the WebEx platform. These proceedings are also being live streamed by way of YouTube. All requests to speak on a particular matter by way of our website and email have been considered. We have also received emails from those who have provided written comments on a particular matter. Mr. Jacobson.
Mr. Chairman, this is Dan Jacobson from the Law Department. Preliminary issues, the live stream. Can we verify that the live stream is on and functioning?
It is.
Thank you. And Mr. Chairman, as the Law Department has done since these public meetings have gone virtual and or hybrid, law states its objection to the use of the chat function. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Davis?
Mr. Bradley?
Here.
Mr. Maschke?
Here.
Mr. Dink?
Here.
Mr. Gallagher?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, we'll call the first docket, docket A 159-24, 7305 Madison Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance. Dated for July 15th of 2024. Appeal was received on August 14th of 2024. Applicant was requesting 6 to 8 weeks to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Acting Chief Building Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your name for the record? Mr. Chairman, I do not see a Michael Collum in the participants panel online, nor is that person in room 514 this morning.
Okay, well, they have two dockets.
See.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and we'll go over to Mr. Murray. Now let's do Mr. Jacobson to make sure that we don't have any problems with the case. Mr. Jacobson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
And through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, a voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant and or docket?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
To the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with its hearing and ruling today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, it appears that they've had adequate time, the time, more than the amount of time that they're looking for already. I would recommend we remand.
Okay, motion is in order to deny more time, remand the property Division of Building and Housing for any further action. Motion?
So move.
Okay, moved by Mr. Bradley,
Second.
second by Mr. Maschke.
Mr. Maschke,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you. Next docket, building docket A 160-24, 1803 Brevier Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance issued on July 11th of 2024. Appeal was received on August 14th of 2024, requesting for 5 to 6 months to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Acting Chief Billing Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your name for the record? Mr. Chairman, I do not see a representative by the name of Michael Collum in the participants panel, nor is that person present in room 514 this morning.
Okay, Mr. Jacobson.
Thank you. For the record, through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
And through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, a voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant and or docket?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
To the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with its hearing and ruling today. Thank you.
Okay, we probably should be swearing in Mr. Murray. Mr. Murray solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, the violation for this building required permits and nothing has been applied for as of yet, so I would recommend we remand.
Okay, a motion is in order to deny more time, remand the property Division of Building and Housing for any further action. Motion?
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Dank, second by Mr. Maschke.
Mr. Maschke,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Next docket is A 161-24, 1502 East 173rd Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is no permit and rental registration. Issued on July 3rd of 2024. Appeal was received on August 1st of 2024. Appellant was requesting 30 days to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Acting Chief Billing Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your name for the record?
Anthony Frazier, property manager.
Okay, Mr. Frazier solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, go ahead and let us know what the plans are.
I actually met with Rhonda Barrett from the inspection department yesterday, and the permits, we had some permits we had to pull, they're both pulled, and the work's been done. Just a couple things, like I forgot to put filters in the furnace, but in general, everything's been done. There's a little bit of fascia paint on the back of one building, of one side of the building, but said it's all been, all the permits for electrical, and it was something that was done before we owned the place, my owner owned the place, but we had to do all the permits for it for electrical and plumbing stuff. So we did all that. So, and we do have a rental registration.
Has it been inspected?
Yeah, yesterday.
Okay,
Rhonda Derrick from the inspection department came by yesterday.
okay. Let's see, how much more time do you think you need?
Couple weeks, because some of the fascias at top of that, the building there, and it's been really wet and snowy, and painting's been a little bit of a problem. But I say 2 to 3 weeks it'll be done, because I already have everything else scheduled. So
Okay, Mr. Murray,
Mr. Chairman, no exception.
what was that?
No exception to additional 30
Oh.
days.
Okay, sounds good. So motion is in order for February 28th, 30 days, 2025 to complete the violations. Motion?
Move.
Okay, moved by Mr. Bradley, second by Mr. Maschke.
Mr. Maschke,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Notice will be sent out within 2 weeks.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
could we ask the property manager to spell his first and last name? And I also do not have anything from the owner for him to be present to give testimony today.
I have an agent in charge. Just to tell you, I do have an agent in charge. May not be what you guys want, but for the property, and I have a management agreement. But my attorney's supposed to be here too, but they were in another case this morning, so But I can give you my name. It's Anthony, Anthony Fraser, Fraser.
Mr. Chairman, this is Patty. The law requires some sort of authorization by the owner for this person to come in, and he can provide that to the board before adoption. Otherwise, by law, he doesn't have the authority to be present and give testimony. Thank you.
okay, very good. Mr. Fraser, you have to get that in. Let's see, I guess that would go into Ms. Davis, your office, correct? And then.
That is correct, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so you need to do that, so that we have the authorization there for you to speak on this. So, it could, make sure you get that done quickly.
Okay, so I need to get just a letter from him saying that I can represent him in this proceedings. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Notarized
Okay.
letter.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Okay. Next docket, A 163-24 17922 Sedalia Avenue has been withdrawn. Next docket is A 164-2024 11305 Nelson Avenue.
I'm here. Kay Smith.
Okay, hold on just a minute.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance, issued on July 11th of 2024. Appeal was received on August 20th of 2024, requesting 4 to 5 months to complete abatement of the violation. Present for today's hearing, Acting Chief Building Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson Law. Will the appellant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your name for the record?
My name is Kay Smith.
Okay, Miss solemnly swear to tell the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay, go ahead and proceed.
The violations have not been corrected. Is it my turn to talk or no? I don't know. Yes?
Yeah.
Do I talk or no? Yes.
Can you speak now? Yes.
Okay. The violations have not been completed because the occurrence of that has not been resolved, because the neighbor that was next door to me ran into my house and tore the brickwork down. I've had all kinds of problems trying to get that resolved, as well as I was going to pay out of my pocket. The person that was supposed to do the work, I got scammed. So I am requesting more time if it's possible.
Okay, how much more time do you think you need?
Brickwork can't possibly be done until the spring. I would think until probably March or April.
Okay, let me go over to Mr. Murray. Mr. Murray?
Mr. Chairman, our original violation did not require a building permit. But I'm wondering if the board thinks due to the nature of the damage and the amount of time it's been shored up, that a permit might be a wise thing to do.
Okay. So she can pull the permit. We'll give her time to do that. And then, like she said, as far as the weather, I'm not sure. If we give her 90 days to complete, that would be April, the end of April. So let's give you 2 weeks to pull the permits. That would be February 12th, 2025, get the permits pulled. And then to April 28th, 90 days to complete the violation. Motion?
So move.
Okay, moved by Mr. Bradley.
Second.
Okay, second by Mr. Dank.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
I have a question. I have a question, if you don't mind me interrupting.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
If a permit was not required, why are we having one now?
Mr. Chairman, this is Patty. The board has the legal authority, given the testimony and the evidence presented before it, to require such.
Okay,
And
I just
Mr.
asked a
Chairman,
question.
frankly, I don't know if Ms. Smith can see the photographs of the buttressed second floor. Having done this for 18 and a half years now, I'm surprised that one was not required. If this is the original condition, if it has been subsequent to the notice, it's the condition currently before the board, and the board most certainly has the right, given the evidence, to require one. That's structural.
That's fine.
Okay.
I just wondered, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, very good. All right. Notice is going to be sent out to you within 2 weeks.
All right. Thank you.
Finish roll call.
Okay, we had called the roll, correct?
No.
I didn't finish.
Oh, go ahead.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you. Okay, housing, you're all set.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Housing docket A 165-24, 3495 West 62nd Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is hazardous conditions issued on August 2nd of 2024. Appeal was received on August 12th of 2024, requesting for 2 months to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Acting Chief Billing Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, Law. Will the appellant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your name for the record?
Go right here.
Yes.
You're gonna push the little red button. There you go.
Deborah Edvon. Could you please spell your first and last name?
DEBORAHEDVON.
Okay, Miss Edvin, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and let us know what the plans are.
Okay, when I was first had the violation, I didn't realize.
Turn your mic back on. There you go. When I first had the issue with the violations, I didn't realize that I was going to be a problem because it's a real approach. But what happened is that my health went really bad with my knees. I had to get 6-week injection in my knees. I had to get 6 weeks of injections in my knees. I had to go to the ER. I also had issues with my back and spine. I physically was not able to finish in time of that request of that extension of the violations being but I do have a lot better health outcome now. And also another issue was that my mother had a near fatal heart attack. And so she had to be taken care of too. And I was really trying to get things done before that, the field requested 2 months, but now that it's snowy and rainy, I wish I'd asked the court to give me a little more time to finish what was supposed to be done. I didn't realize the hazardous condition would be stuff on my back porch, but that's what it is, I guess. And then I was really wanting to get this done in time, and I just really appreciate if I can have more time to take care of the rest of the issues, because I did do a few things. I did not have help, and I plan to have everything done probably within the next, I'd say I probably need 90 days because of the weather. I will get it done probably soon, and I'll let the court know, but just to give me that extra time, so I can have everything completely done and not have any more issues. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, the initial violation required permits. And the building department would have no objection to the additional time that she's asking for, but we would request that the permits be pulled. And then there was some mention of vehicles on the property in the initial violation.
Okay, were they look like they have plates on them. Maybe she can explain that.
Well, I'm sorry, but the one vehicle that's the blue car there, I did make plans to have that towed out of there. And there was an issue with, like I said, I just didn't have the time and the effort and help to finish everything. But the permit was only suggested, it wasn't required. It was just there's a couple loose boards, or have a couple chips on my front step area, and that's it. The rest of the porch is sound. I did have the roof replaced completely on the porch about 3 to 4 years ago. It was a complete repair of the roof. So I'm not sure why it's requiring a permit to do a little bit of fascia work and probably a little bit of nailing down a couple loose boards. Other than that, it's a safe porch.
Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, we would have no objection. This is coming through a different channel than our normal violation notice. So it might be that the permit isn't necessary for the amount of repairs that she wants to do. So we would have no objection.
Okay, so we'll give her, what did we say, 90 days to abate the violation. That'll put you out to April 28th, 2025. Motion?
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Denk. Second by Mr. Bradley.
Mr. Minsky,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Next docket, A 168-24, 3347 West 33rd Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is no permit issued on August 29th of 2024. Appeal was received on September 12th of 2024, requesting for 30 days to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Acting Chief Billing Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, Law. Will the appellant or his or her attorney and/or representative please state your name for the record?
My name is Eva Adan Gomez.
Okay, Ms. Gomez, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and let us know what your plans are.
One second, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
You're gonna be assistant.
Yeah,
That's your mom, right?
translate, yeah.
So I need you to state your name for the record, and I want you to spell your first and last name for
Okay.
us, okay?
Yeah, it's Jose Mendez, JoseMendez.
okay. And you will be giving testimony or just doing translation?
I'm helping with translation and like going back and forth, basically. Yes.
Okay, well,
Mr.
solemnly,
Chairman, if you could swear him
I
in,
will.
he's gonna swear you in.
okay, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Go ahead and proceed.
We need more time to so we try to pull the permit because we got the violation and then we try to pull the permit, but we're working with an architect to draw the drawings. Because we tried to pull the permit right away, but they told us that they need new drawings. So we're still working on that. And so my dad has been really sick. He has cancer right now. So we haven't been able to like work with the architect as much. So we need more time. And then especially because the snow has been really awful. So we're thinking of like 90 days, if that's possible.
All right, let me go over to Mr. Murray. Mr. Murray?
Mr. Chairman, as the applicant stated, there are permits that are required. However, the building department would have no objection to an extension.
Okay. Are you able to obtain the permits within 2 weeks?
I don't think so because so we did an initial drawing and they're still fixing the drawing. The architect is fixing the drawing.
Okay,
So he needed more like measurements and stuff like that. So we're still working with him. I don't know how long you can give us to pull the permit or try to pull the permit. And then like I believe he files the permit and see if the city approves it. And when it's not approved, then we have to go back to the drawing board. I'm not sure if that's how it is.
well, we can give you 30 days, let's say, to get that in. Does that sound right to board members? Mr. Maskey, Mr. Denk?
I'm understanding the appellant to request 90 days for the drawings.
Yes, if that's possible, yes. We can have, yeah, like, yes, correct.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
I would ask that they apply now with the drawings that they have to at least begin the permitting process. Inadequate drawings can be handled in an adjudication, and that might be a faster process than what we're pursuing right now, where they're waiting till the drawings are 100%.
so go ahead, Mr. Denk. You have a comment?
No, I think that sounds like a reasonable approach.
Okay, so to get the drawings in, whatever they have now, so we would have to put like maybe a date on that to say that in 30 days to get that going. And then I don't know, do you have an ending time on this, Mr. Murray, what you're thinking?
No, Mr. Chairman, I would leave that up to the board.
Okay, all right, well, we can do once they get the permit and the drawings, you got 6 months, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
As long as they're active, right? Okay, so we're gonna ask,
Mr. Chairman, if I could have 1 second to explain to the appellant, he's looking a little confused.
okay,
Oh, good grief.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
okay, let's see. Miss Aston, Could you just kind of give me a,
So you were going to give them a motion for 30 days to submit the drawings, and then you were going to say to conclude within, I think you were going to give them the 6 months afterwards. And then if there's adjudication process, that would play out accordingly.
okay, very good.
That's what you had indicated.
Yes, exactly. That is correct. So we'll form the motion to require 30 days, February 28, 2025, to submit the drawings for the permit, and to July 28th, 6 months, 2025, to abate the violation. Motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Maskey,
Second.
second by, let's see, Mr. Bradley.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yeah.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. A notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you. Okay, next docket is A 169-24, 2948 West 12th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is no permit. Issued on September 6th of 2024. Appeal was received September 16th of 2024, requesting for 3 months to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Acting Chief Billing Official Lynn Murray, Dan Jacobson Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your name for the record?
Hello, my name is Andy Spooples.
I'm sorry, could you please say and spell your first and last name for me?
First name Endys, spelled Endijs. Last name Pooples, spelled Pupols.
Okay, very good. Mr. Pupils, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and let us know what the plans are.
So the plans are, it's a 2-story garage with the studio space above. Existing garage was there, and it was falling over onto the red building you can see there. And then the garage door was inoperable at the moment, so I tore it down because it was just, I felt like it was close falling over. So, and then I started the process without pulling the permit.
Okay, so your plans are just to tear it down and that's it?
No. So this is what's already built. This is the new structure. It's sitting exactly in the same footprint as the old one. It's a slightly larger on 2 ends, but otherwise it's the same. It's actually closer to my house because of the alleyway. It's kind of narrow.
Okay, and you haven't gone to get a permit yet, is that correct?
No, so I was notified to have zoning rezoned, like I have to be rezoned, I believe, to have the structure being in, that's the height, I think it was the issue.
Okay. All right, so let's go over to Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, the appellant has subsequently submitted a permit application. It's currently being reviewed for a zoning variance. However, he has submitted for the permits that we've required.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, this is Patty, through the chairman to the appellant. Were you notified by anyone for any zoning hearing or anything?
I thought this is it.
No, this is a Board of Building standard hearing on your violation notice. So when you make application, you have not heard did you get a notice of nonconformance from the zoning board or from the building department or planning?
I did, yes.
And Mr. Chairman, to the appellant, what did you do with that?
I thought that this is the.
No, by city charter, Mr. Chairman, to the appellant, by city charter, this board cannot hear zoning matters by operation of law. So, Mr. Chairman, accordingly, there's under the zoning process, I think it's still 6 months, right? I don't remember. There's a time period to appeal to BOZA, Board of Zoning Appeals, as opposed to this Board of Building Standards and Building Appeals. That is a separate process. So that zoning has to be resolved before any building code review is done. Is that correct, Mr. Murray? Still, is that still the process?
Yes.
So, Mr. Chairman, he has to deal with the underlying zoning matter with Board of Zoning Appeals, either resubmittal to be in compliance with the zoning code or obtain a variance from the Board of Zoning Appeal. I can't give you legal advice, this is just the process, before the building department can review for building code matters.
So we'll need to reschedule him.
No, Mr. Chairman, I would suggest that you deny and remand because the process is in play and it's up to the appellant whether he chooses to proceed accordingly under the zoning matters.
Okay, we can do that. Mr. Murray, you agree with this?
Mr. Chairman, I have no objection to that.
Okay, a motion is in order to deny more time, remand the property Division of Building and Housing for any further action.
So moved.
Motion, okay, moved by Mr. Denk and second by Mr. Maschke.
Mr. Chairman, the appellant has raised his hand. It looks like he has a discussion question.
Okay,
So,
yes,
so the following step would be apply for zoning, just submit some kind of application to.
Mr. Chairman, if I can, this is Patty, through the chair to the appellant, I would suggest that you take your notice of nonconformance and walk into 516 all the way to the back and talk to the zoning people.
Okay. All right.
okay,
And
very
then
good.
how much time do I have for what's the time frame that I'm looking at right now?
You have to get your permit first. You don't have a permit because you can't pass zoning yet.
Okay.
So once you get your permit, the law allows you to do stuff on it.
I was under the impression that this was to discuss if the zoning variance.
Well, I can't help that you were wrong on your presumptions. The charter is clear. You have to deal with your zoning first, and this board cannot hear any zoning matters
Okay.
by operation of law.
All right. Understood.
It
No,
just says-
no. Yeah, I get it. All right.
Okay. Ms. Davis, did we call a roll? I don't think we did.
Mr. Maschke,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you. Okay, next docket, housing docket, 263-24, 7531 Broadway Avenue has been rescheduled. And let's see, the
Hello?
next,
Hello?
yes, who's this?
Hello, am I on?
Yes, who is this?
This is Mark Tetzloff with WMW Management.
Okay, which case
This is
are you on for?
7535 or 7531 Broadway, the masonry.
Mr. Chairman, to the appellant, your docket was on this agenda in error. You have been rescheduled.
I tried asking about that a couple times, and all they did is tell me I have to come in and look at some kiosks or something. So this is going to go to a different date?
No, I don't have him. I don't have his record. I'm not sure who you spoke with in regards to looking at a kiosk, but you did not receive, should have been received a revised notice that your docket is rescheduled for a later date.
I saw something that was highlighted that said it was rescheduled, and that's what I kept on calling and asking about, and they're telling me, no, you have to come and look at the kiosks. And the other thing is, I don't use that email address, and that's what, I just happened to look at it because somebody said they sent something to me. And that's when I looked at it. Because when I was in, it was supposed to be mailed is what I was told when I filed for the appeal. But
Mr. Chairman, this is Patty. The board will notify appellants according to the contact information, including email address that are made with their applications. So if he wants to contact and give a new email address or some other contact, he, so, but the board has rescheduled this matter.
Right. So you'd have to check with Ms. Davis and if you want a different email, but it's also mailed out. So,
Yeah, well, I didn't get anything in the mail, not once yet. If it comes in the mail, I'm good.
okay. Well, you have to check in. It's been rescheduled. You'll have to check in with Ms. Davis.
Okay. Is there
Okay.
a phone number for that somewhere?
Ms. Davis?
Yes.
No, I'm asking her.
Sir, do you have a copy of the application packet that you received from the office when
Yes,
you
I do.
filed your appeal? Okay,
Yes, I
so
do.
the contact information, the business card was attached to it. Those are the
Okay.
forms of contacts that you can utilize to reach me.
Okay. I
Okay.
appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
All right,
Okay.
thank
Have a
you.
great day. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Okay, the next docket is A 162-24-9902 Macon Avenue.
Yes, that's me.
Application and fees are in order. This is a time extension request. This is the third time extension request for a notice of violation of exterior maintenance issued back on August 24th of 2023. We received the additional time request on July 31st of 2024, requesting for additional 60 days to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing is Acting Chief Building Official Glenn Murray and Dan Jacobson Law. Will the appellant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your name for the record?
Yes, Esmeralda, Esmeralda, last name Fleming, Fleming.
What was it?
And I own the house.
So your last name is not Smeralda, right?
No, that's my real estate company. It's a holding company, which means it holds title to real estate, but I own the company.
Okay, spell your last name again.
Fleming.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you what happened so far.
Well,
He
hold
has to
on.
swear
Go
everybody in.
back where you
Okay.
went. So you're Miss Fleming? Is that how you would say it?
Fleming, like Ian Fleming, the author.
Gotcha. Okay. Solemnly swear to tell the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead now.
Okay, we did everything that you wanted. The only thing that's left is the painting. And the carpenter told me that it has to be 40 degrees outside before they can paint. And as you know, there's lots of snow. I had quite a few workers not show up. I have a ton of business cards. I called them ever since last summer and they didn't show up. So the only thing that I have not done is the painting, and they told me that it has to be 40 degrees outside. So I'm asking for a continuance until the spring, until there's no snow and it's 40 degrees. I can't control the temperature. So I did everything that you asked me to do. The only thing that's left is the painting.
Okay. Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, the building department would have no objection to an extension for the painting. However, there is a citation for a fence that was built without a permit.
No, that's not correct. I had a permit. I went in person and I got it. And I have the permit. I have a copy of it at my house. I can bring you the permit number. I went in person. I got the permit. The fence had a permit. I went in person and I got it. So you were incorrect. You should have checked your records.
Is it taken care of? The fence?
Okay, the fence, I went in September of 2021. I went in person. I went like maybe 2 or 3 times and I got the permit. So I don't know what you're talking about. You need to check your records. There's no citation. I had the permit. I have the permit at my house. I can bring you the permit number.
Mr. Chairman.
That is not accurate.
Okay, Mr. Murray?
The person who told me that I did not have a permit did not check your records. She just came and said, hey, there's no permit, but she didn't check. I went in person and I got it myself.
Okay, I'm gonna Mr. Murray to respond. Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, that's on, this is Patty, that's number 10 listed on violation number for reference. It's cited on the exterior maintenance under 3105, under the building code, under violation number V as in Victor 230-11684, just for reference.
I can bring you the permit. I can bring you the permit number. I went in person 2 or 3 times. I have the permit. She was incorrect when she told me that I did not have a permit. I don't know what she was talking about.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
We do have a permit application for a fence. It's been approved and closed, so the fence.
It was in September of 2021. I went and I got it myself. I always do things in person.
Ma'am, give him a chance to finish.
Okay.
Plan your red.
Yeah, there is in fact a fence permit. Mr. Chairman, to the appellant, have the 2x4s been, the 4x4 fence posts been cut off? Or do
Okay.
they still stick up?
No,
above
no,
the
no.
fence?
Okay, let's go back. Okay, first of all, your inspector, with all respect, your inspector was wrong. I went in person 2 or 3 times. I got the permit. I legally built the fence. However, after someone complained they didn't like my fence, I took it down myself. It's in my basement. It's in the house. I can do whatever I want with my fence. You have no jurisdiction over my fence anymore. Okay?
Mr. Chairman, to the appellant, so the fence is no longer up?
I took it down when was it? Not last year, the year before. It's been down for a couple of years now. I took it down myself. I don't want to have problems with anyone. It was just a fence. I thought it was very pretty, but someone didn't like it, so I took it down.
So, Mr. Chairman, if I'm hearing the appellant right, it's abated because she took the fence down and it's no longer there.
Yes, I took it down myself.
It's abated.
Mr.
Okay.
Chairman, the building department has no objection to an extension to complete the work on the house.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're looking at, to give you plenty enough time would be to April 28th,
Thank you.
2025 to abate the violation with no further extensions. Thank you. Motion,
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
okay, motion.
Okay, and then can I
So
get that
moved.
in writing?
Hold on just a moment. Go ahead. Okay, motion by Mr. Maskey, second by Mr. Dank.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, did you have a comment, Miss?
Yes, I just need that in writing.
What was that?
I need the extension in writing
The
that you're
extension?
giving me until April 28th
Oh, you
to
will.
paint.
You'll receive it within 2 weeks. You will receive
All
that.
right,
Okay?
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Not within 2 weeks and then it'll be mailed out. That's their process.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck to you.
All right, yes, you can check. I can bring you a copy. Okay, I have a copy of the permit. Oh, okay.
Good luck.
Okay. All right, so let's see. Next case is an adjudication order, housing docket A 170-24, 13913 West Parkway Street.
Application and fees are in order. This is an adjudication order request for B 240-19959-01. The applicant is requesting a variance to OBC 903.2.9 Group S1. Issued on September 9th of 2024. Appeal was received on September 18th of 2024. Present for today's hearing, Acting Chief Billing Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson, Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your name for the record?
Tony and Selma? That's AK, that's it. That's you. Calling user 4, who's calling user 4?
These two T up there. Calling user, I think, is the person you're on before. That's what asking them. Who's calling user? If you are a call-in user, could you please state your name for the record? I don't know what that is. Mr. Chairman, it doesn't seem like this applicant is present online or in room 514 this morning. We did reschedule them from November 6th of 2024. This board has not had any further communications with them. Want to uphold and deny it?
Okay, Mr. Murray, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
I don't know what Alexia says.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Jacobson.
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
And through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, a voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant and or docket?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
To the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with its hearing and ruling today. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Murray.
Mr. Chairman, they're not here. I don't know what we can do.
Okay. Motion is in order to deny more time, remand the property Division of Building and Housing for any further action.
Discussion.
Yes?
It's a variance request. If we could deny the request for variance. Thank you.
Yes, very good. We'll deny the request for the variance.
So
Motion moved by Mr. Dink,
Second.
second by Mr. Bradley.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks.
These guys show up.
Okay, we got docket 026-25 2070 West 70th Street.
Application and fees are in order. This is an adjudication order request to be permit 230-28414. Issued on November 21st of 2024. Oh, wow. And again on January 8th of 2025. Appeal was received on January 23rd of 2025. The applicant is asking for a waiver. I'm sorry, a variance request. Present for today's hearing, Acting Chief Billing Official Glenn Murray, Dan Jacobson Law. Will the applicant or his or her attorney and or representative please state your name, spelling your first and last name, your relationship to the property for the record.
Edward King, EDWARDKING, one of the owners.
Mr. King, solemnly swear to tell the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay.
We have another.
Yeah, so Jan Tobias Hagedorn, Hagedorn. I am an owner of this property as well.
Okay, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay, go ahead and proceed.
Sweetie.
I really what you got.
Oh, fantastic. Right, so, okay, so we started this process quite a while ago. We went through extensive meetings with the Board of Zoning Appeals, and we went to, I think, 3 separate meetings and presented our plans and worked through some issues that board had, or the block club had of that
community. And then in September, I want to say, or late August, September, we started the permitting process, and it took all the way till a few days before Christmas until this problem that we're discussing here today really surfaced. So could you go to the next slide? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm not, he had issues with his audio, but if he can hear us, it might be good to swear him in as well, yes.
Mr. Chairman, we have one more applicant that needs to be sworn in. If you can, you're muted right now, so if you can state your first and last name and spell it for the record.
Davis for Thompson.
Thomas Michael
Tell me.
Tomsick.
Okay, you're smart to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God. Thank you.
I do.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, as you're swearing people in, Lieutenant Oleksiak is appearing for this docket as well.
Okay, lieutenants, we swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay, very good. All right, go ahead and proceed.
Thank you. So the whole purpose of this abandoned building for us was to really align with the vision, Cleveland's vision for Tremont, and part of that is to really use the proximity to the towpath trail. So I will get to that on the next slides. I'm trying to make you understand or to explain where we're coming from, because I think this asking for this variance might be a little unusual. So for us, we want to turn this abandoned building into a brew pub and really be ingrained in the Tremont community. We want to, if you're familiar with brew pubs, it's not really a bar. It has very different opening hours and also typically less alcoholic beverages per person. So in my opinion, it is less of a risk for many reasons than a bar. So this is our mission as a company. I would just, we can go to the next slide. And here we wrote down what we consider the benefits for Cleveland and for Tremont. And I really want to point out the items that are in red. And that is that with the work that we're doing, right now it is an eyesore, it is abandoned, it is very dark at night. It's not a corner of Tremont that I would like to be in late at night right now. And with the work we're doing, we're increasing the safety of this entire street corner. There's a lot of lighting we're going to add on the outside, security systems of the building, fencing in the back. So all of that is really, I think, going to help the entire area there. And then on the inside, this is an existing building. And we are increasing, first of all, the accessibility. Right now, it is not ADA compliant. The problem is that the street level is at a lower elevation. So the only access ADA compliant without a lift has to be on the side where the driveway is. But this driveway is on a city right-of-way. So we had to get an easement to actually have an ADA access on that side. But the easement only goes so far, so we can't really extend that easement. We were denied to extend that all the way to the back corner to have more room for other things like a staircase, which I will get to in a minute here. Further, we're going to have a handicap parking spot on that same easement, and because of this, only maybe like a fourth of the building has a second floor. And because of the second floor and the rooftop, we wanted to build only on that fourth of the building. We were made to add a sprinkler system. And so in my mind, the sprinkler system, we only agreed to put in for the second floor and for the rooftop because it is only one way of egress. And because we felt like, in working with the building department, that would make the building much safer than it is right now. Of course, we're also updating electricals and plumbing as we speak. So we are investing a very large number of money into this property. And really, for us, when we started this process, and we started over 2 years ago, the key to do this, to go through all that, was to have a very small rooftop terrace where you have views of the city and the towpath. And just for the people in the room, like, it is probably the size of a little over half of this room. It is not a, we have, I think it's on the next slide, actually. I don't want to jump ahead, but can you go to the next slide, Mrs. Davis? No, this is good. Right, so I think the issue we're discussing here today is that we don't have a second means of egress from the second floor and from the rooftop. And the main issue also is that 75 feet of travel distance to the nearest exit. From our perspective, we have quite a few number of exits on the first floor. We have 3, and the occupancy in the event room, it's an event room, so it's only going to be rented really for events. It's not going to be occupied all the time. And the same with the rooftop, it is also limited in occupancy, and it's not going to be occupied the entire year. So as far as the one thing that's odd about this property is that it has a concrete roof under the decking. So we felt like, you know, in case of a fire, you might be actually safer staying on the roof than going into the building. As I think our Michael Thompson, he called it an area of refugee on the roof there. So my struggle is that the existing staircase is in the very center of the building. It's an old building, we can't change that. And due to the code changes, we're not allowed to add an exterior staircase to the building. So the only solution to stay within the 75 feet of travel distance would be to completely relocate the staircase that is in its existing position. And unfortunately, we've only learned about this, like, I want to say 4 months after we applied for the initial permit. And that's, for us, we
found out in December that there was a requirement that from the farthest part of the rooftop, walking to the door down the stairways, all the way around the stairs, and then outside an exit would have to be 75 feet. We had not been made aware of this until December. Ours measures at around 110 feet. So it's still not very long. We're looking at about 20 people that would be on the rooftop at any one time, seasonally. Again, it's the full, we're adding sprinkler system to the full building. The rooftop has 2 inches of concrete, and then on top of that, there's going to be fire resistant tiling. So it appears in our opinion, we're not the experts, obviously, that rooftop patio would be a pretty safe place, considering the fire extinguisher system that we're installing and what the people would be standing on if they couldn't make it 110 feet from the very farthest corner of the patio down the steps and out the first exit.
Okay.
Can you go to the next slide?
Go ahead.
I think, yeah, so I think I added this slide to show you really that this building is right at the edge of the city right of way. So we can't really add anything to the exterior structure of the building. That's because it's not our property. And the yellow lines indicate that it is that's the area of the roof that we would like to have the rooftop on. And so I just wanted to also point out that is, I think, 700 square feet of total space up there. So it is, in my opinion, a fairly small rooftop. Next slide, please. All right, so when this is really from the Board of Zoning Appeals, I would like to add that. So we got the full support from the Block Club. We also at the time got the support from Councilman Kerry McCormick. He was in favor of this project. He likes our vision. Next slide, please. And I think my summary, and I really I would appreciate if you could grant us this variance. My summary is that this is an existing building with a staircase in the center of the building. And we are, like we've stated, we are trying to make it safer in every way possible. We have agreed to a very expensive sprinkler system that was not really needed for the number of occupants that we have in the building. It's just needed for the second floor and rooftop. And so we would like to ask for a variance to not have to be within the 75 feet of egress. Thank you. Do you have?
Okay, are we explaining these drawings?
We can.
Sure. If you go back one picture, one slide, please. So that's the area where the roof deck would be. And as you look to the far right corner of that small roof area, deck area, that's where the measurement was taken for 110 feet to walk to the stairway, wrap around the stairways. If you go to the next slide, please. You'd come out. Yeah, right there. You come out the bottom of the stairway and you go straight right, and there's where it says unoccupied space. No, the other side. Yeah, and they walk right along that walkway out a door right there. There's not only a door, there's also a large garage door that will be there too. So the slide, isn't it? Like one more slide? Yeah, one more slide, please.
This is just the intermediate level of the event room, right? And if you go to the next slide, the same corner, you can see where the stairs end up on the first floor. Like I said, it's in the center of the building. And from there out the door to the right is the closest. Yeah. So maybe since we have this drawing up, there are two means of egress in what is now the bottom. And there's also that exit on the right that is also our ADA entrance. So yes, it is over 75 feet, but it's very similar in distance to either of those three means of egress that you can see on this drawing.
Mr. Chairman, this is Patty. Just because you raised ADA, you're not asking for any ADA variance, are you?
No, we're just trying to explain that all the things we're doing to make it more accessible.
Okay, because if you were, the board is obligated by law to notify certain parties. They don't usually show up, but I just wanted to verify that.
No.
Thank you.
Okay, what is the variance that you were asking for?
Terms, it would be to have a rooftop and second floor event room with only one means of egress and a travel distance of 110 feet from the furthest point on the rooftop out to the closest exit. From the event room, it's under 75 feet, but
yeah, we already have a building permit that allows the first and second floor. We're asking for the addition of allowing the rooftop with that variance of a few extra feet to get down and out of the building.
And one exit, is that correct?
One exit from the rooftop.
Okay.
To get to the stairway, and then there's three at the bottom floor.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
The rooftop is of an occupant load that would permit one exit, and the second floor is of an occupant load that would permit one exit. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong to the appellant, that they're asking for a variance to allow an extra 35 feet on the means of egress.
Correct. Thank you.
Okay, so it's covered as far as the exits are concerned with the occupancy. So I guess we're going to maybe hear from Lieutenant. You want to make a comment here? Lieutenant Alexiak?
Mr. Chairman, it looks like he's muted from here. Lieutenant Alexia, can you nod? Can you hear us?
His hand is raised.
But he's got his mic muted.
I wonder if he has to log out and log back in.
Give me 1 second, I'm gonna run over there.
Okay.
Down the hall. He's just down the hall.
Okay.
I forgot he's down the hall. It's in the hall. Yes. Yes. Well, since it's only one thing.
Mr. Chairman, if we can get a 5-minute recess, he's trying to work out his audio issue. If not, they're gonna come here, him and the plan examiner.
Okay, 5 minutes. Mr. Maskey, you can hang in with us.
Yeah, I'm good till 11.
Well, that's 10 minutes. So we're hoping that we can have.
If you go to 3, then you have to give the 3-man advisory.
All right, we'll see. Hopefully we'll make it in time. All right, we got 5 minutes.
Mr. Chairman, to Glenn Murray, just as a point of clarification, only a single, because of the lower occupancy count, a single means of egress is adequate?
Mr. Chairman, to the board member, yeah, it looks like the total occupant load of that partial second floor, which might actually just be a mezzanine, and the roof deck is under 50 occupants. So the whole 2 floors could be a single space with a single means of egress.
Good, thank you.
Glenn was just saying that. Go back on.
Okay.
Lieutenant Oleksiak is in the room with us now.
All right, Lieutenant, have you heard some of the testimony?
I heard, Mr. Chairman, I heard most of it, and I was just verifying the facts that I heard. Is it okay if I go ahead and do that, just to verify what I heard is
Yes.
correct, accurate? I heard that the occupant load is going to be less than 50, even manageable, somewhere around 20, I think it was stated. But the fact is, you're going to be less than 50. Is my understanding, I thought I had heard it mentioned too that you don't have to sprinkler because based on the occupant load?
Yeah, at one point we were told if, and I don't think that's the current occupant load, but the first floor was less than 100 and we only had a first floor business, we wouldn't have needed to add a sprinkler system, was what we had been told.
Okay, so that's not accurate. So
Well, we're adding one. but-
So this isn't about what you're told or not told. I mean, obviously, but you know, we're talking about the codes. The building codes are the codes. The codes are the codes for a reason. You guys have an assembly occupancy on a level other than the level of exit discharge. You have an occupant load. These are all factors that come into play as to why you are required to sprinkler your building. You know, it's not benevolence. You're required. So let's keep that in mind. And these are the factors we're taking into account with regards to your rooftop deck or patio. Is that accurate?
Right.
So from what I heard, you guys got at least a type 3, a non-combustible roof. Is that a Class A assembly, something along those? I heard concrete roof.
I don't know the specs, but I know our roof is a 2-inch thick slab concrete roof.
Okay, so that's great. These are all things that work in your favor. You're only 2 stories high, so we're not talking about a 5 or 6-story building. You're going to be sprinklering your building. That's great. That's what we're looking for. And so you're requesting a variance, is it my understanding, essentially because you have 1 instead of 2 means of egress. Is that accurate?
Yeah, we've been told the one was okay, but we needed to, we were told that 75 feet was the maximum distance from the farthest part of the rooftop down the steps and out an exit that we could have.
Okay, so
And it's
what-
110 feet, so we're looking for 35 more feet.
So I checked with your record. I mean, you guys have had this submitted at least a year. Is that accurate?
That is correct.
And you have an architect actively working with you?
That is correct.
So what do the codes tell you that you need in terms of egress or exiting from your rooftop?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I just heard today that we only need 1 exit because of the number of people.
Okay. So I would recommend that first and foremost, this has been in for at least a year. I'm actually a little concerned that you don't know this information by now. Okay, I would ask that you review your code so you know what you are putting in. This isn't up to, you know, there's a reason. I can tell you,
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to jump in because this is, they've asked, we only have Mr. Maschke for a few more minutes. They've asked for a 35-foot variance. It was discussed. Their architect is online. So it has been pared down to 1 variance request made to this board. They did explain that they went through a zoning process and it was a lengthy process. So they are asking if we could keep it to the variance request that's at hand. We're losing nicely.
okay, so what are we requesting?
They've said that. They've requested,
35
if you
feet.
guys,
We requested the maximum distance on our rooftop patio down the steps and out an exit of 110 feet versus 75 feet.
Yeah, fire has no issues as long as you sprinkle your building, post your occupant load, follow the codes, and are aligned with the plans examiner and the CBO. You know, whatever the review results, fire is not going to have any issue with your request for variance.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so meeting that requirements that the lieutenant's talking about, we can, sounds like everybody's on board for granting the variance of 35 feet extra travel distance from on the rooftop. Motion for the variance.
Motion to grant the variance.
Okay, motion by Mr. Dank,
Second.
second by Mr. Maschke.
Mr. Maschke,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay,
you guys can wait 2 weeks for the adoption.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna get Mr. Maschke, they can wait 2 weeks for the adoption, they said.
okay,
Okay.
So they're good.
Thank you very much.
okay, thank you. Notice
Yeah,
will be
thank
sent
you.
out within those 2 weeks. Thank you.
Right.
Okay, I think that's all. Let's see of our docket. So we move on to approval of resolutions.
Amendment, you have the 1 amendment. You guys are done.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Okay, A 146-24, A 148-24, A 151-24 through A 158-24, and A 240-24 and A 250-24. Motion?
Motion for approval of resolutions.
Okay, motion by Mr. Dank, second
Second.
by Mr. Maskey.
Oh, Jesus. Oh. Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Approval of minutes for January 15, 2024. I think we do have a correction. Is that correct, Ms. Davis?
That is correct. It was the issuing of the emergency resolution for docket A 250-24.
Okay, motion to approve?
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Maskey, second by Mr. Dank.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley.
Yes.
Adjourn.
We can adjourn. Patty, thanks for your help. Appreciate it.
Okay, bye, guys.
All right. Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'm not here in February.
Right.
Okay,
We remember.
Safe travels.
Thanks.
Safe travels is right.